Hello and welcome back to Keeping Up in Disney.
Six Flags.
Yeah, not Keeping Up in Disney this time. We are actually at Six Flags Great America, and we actually come here all the time, but we never really vlog it. We are pass holders. We've been for a few years, and we come like every couple weekends during the summer, and this is actually the second weekend of Fright Fest, so we're gonna check it out. And I actually came to this park all the time growing up as a kid. We would come here like every year, so I know it super well. It's super nostalgic. There's Superman, that's where Shockwave used to be, but we're gonna go head on in and check it out. So we actually do know like quite a few good tips and tricks, some of the best drink and food spots, some of the best rides, some of the tips to get short lines and everything for this park. We know pretty much where every single thing is and everything about it, so we kind of want to share that in some of these videos too, if we do vlog this park ever. But this will kind of be our first time. We just thought we'd try it out, and they have been working on this entry gate, the new one, like since the beginning of this season, and it's still not done. So upon entering this park, you'll see they have the giant double-decker carousel. It is awesome, the Columbia carousel. And for Fright Fest, they actually dye the water red. It usually does not look like that. It usually looks a lot prettier, and they have like the Six Flags logo up here, but it is all red today. It looks really cool though, actually, and they got a lot of cool decorations around. You can kind of see just right upon walking in the park. So we're gonna go walk around, probably get a drink, maybe start with some food. They also do have Oktoberfest going on right now, which we have done for the past 2 years and we really love. Oktoberfest is great. And from the carousel, we always kind of head right. If you go left, it goes over by like Superman. No, they did have the big pumpkin guy. He does a show over the water. Yeah, he's kind of like an animatronic that moves at night too. He's cool. But yeah, we're gonna head over to the right. This is where like Whizzer is, the restaurant. It's this chicken restaurant called Strutters, and they have a bar there. And then Raging Bull and the others in the southwest area are this way. And Max Force right to the right off the front entrance. They got some really cool big decorations here too. And somewhere back here in the back of the park, they have the graveyard of the old rides that used to be here. So I definitely want to check that out. So right from the carousel, Max Force is right over here. So that's my first tip. If you're coming here for like a full day to try to hit all the coasters, get here early, go right at opening to Max Force because it has like the worst capacity. So you want to do that one first. This is Hometown Square, where they have like a lot of parties and characters out sometimes in the music hall with shows. And then over here too is Whizzer. And then when you pass through, you'll kind of find Demon. And also over there is where the new construction for Wrath of Rakshasa is gonna be. So I wanna look at the construction plot too. Ooh, a pumpkin spice funnel cake right now? That sounds amazing. And here's good old Strutters right past Whizzer.
Favorite bar.
Yeah, and a little another tip here too. These tenders are actually different than the run-of-your-mill usual chicken tenders that you'll find at all the other places. They're slightly better. Same with the chicken sandwiches. So if you want good tenders, come to Strutters. So you can see the Raging Bull in Southwest Territory in the back, but they have this special drink for Halloween right now. It is an alcoholic beverage. It sounds so good. And there's the Lobster, one of my favorite flat rides here. I love the Lobster. They also do have right now for Fright Fest and Halloween these. And those look really good too. I think I tried maybe all 3 of those last year when we would come. Here's Jamie's first drink she got from the Strutters bar. This is the Southwest Nectar. And over by the Lobster too, there's like a little kids area there and a bunch of games. And normally, so see that fence right up there? That's normally where you would walk through over to buy Demon, but it's closed because of the construction for Wrath of Rakshasa. And Southwest Territory is probably one of my favorite areas of this park. And these will be scare zones in a few hours, but not quite yet. So it's like 3 o'clock right now, but it turns into Fright Fest, I think at like 6. Just a bunch of games for now though. Carnival games and cute Pokemon. Yeah, those are really cute. Some more cool decorations here, and then we've got Mijo's, which actually has good Mexican food. It's really good, some of the best, but the dining plan option for it sucks. You only get like 2 tacos and nothing else. Oh, we do have the dining plan too, so we'll talk about that a little more. And then of course Raging Bull in the back, and Viper, which is one of my other favorite coasters here and has one of the best signs. And here where like some of the houses are gonna be, they're all scattered around, but I don't think we're gonna do the houses tonight, just kind of gonna enjoy some rides, food, drinks, scare zones. But we've done the houses in the past and the estate is consistently one of the worst ones. It's terrible, but maybe we'll do them later this year, we'll see. And I would have to say Raging Bull is still probably my favorite coaster and ride here. One of the first B&M hypers, it's such a good one. And I actually just booked a Flash Pass one shot. We got a few of them free with our season passes, I think 5 each or something. Oh yeah, they do have Halloween toys in there. Oh yeah. We always like to look at the little plushes and prizes here. Oh yeah, look at the cup noodles and the ices. Oh, and look at all the Mario ones. Yeah, those are cute. So I've been using up all the skip the lines, so when we come, we usually only come for a few hours, and I don't like to wait in long lines, but I do try to hit all the coasters over the course of the season, so that's been helpful. And then I come usually a lot of Sundays in the mornings when there aren't a lot of lines, so I've hit pretty much everything this season multiple times, I think. Oh, but anyway, I booked Goliath for later. It says I can get on at 8 o'clock, which is still 4 hours away, but whatever. And I really wanted to ride it. I've been building a lot of RMCs in Planet Coaster lately, so I've been really wanting to ride one, and Goliath is probably my number 2 here. The boat is always a classic too. Back in the corner past the Southwest area, kind of in the middle of nowhere before you turn towards Demon and X-Flight and where Rakshasa is gonna be, it's the Battle for Metropolis. They have these at a bunch of Six Flags. It's a 4D shooter. It's pretty fun, but it's not my favorite. I liked Volcano at Lost Island better. Ooh, and up here is where another scare zone will be. And Demon is a classic too. Probably the first looping or upside down coaster I went on when I was really young. I still like it to this day. It's got awesome cue music and theme music. And there's X-Flight in the back. There's a lot of compact coasters here. And I'm excited for the scare zones later. And the railway runs right through here too, right under one of Demon's corkscrews. And you do walk right under Demon here too. It's kind of cool to watch it come through the corkscrews and go right over you at the end here. And so right through that scare zone over to the left is Demon, which, I guess even Demon, the full ride is closed right now. They have it blocked off, yeah. And then they're fully in construction for Wrath of Rakshasa, which is gonna be here. And it's crazy that they're fitting it in this plot of land, but I'm so excited for it. Nothing had to be removed besides Buccaneer Battle, which had already been closed for years and was not great in the first place. So I think Rakshasa is gonna be amazing. X-Flight is fun, but the harnesses, by the end, they really constrict you. And I've been on 2 wing coasters, and I liked Wild Eagle at Dollywood much better. But X-Flight is cool. I'm glad we have it here. It's a fun switch up sometimes. And Wrath of Rakshasa is actually going to be the 5th B&M for this park, so that's kind of cool too. This food truck is not open, but I wish it was, because they have mac and cheese bread bowls. Oh yeah, baked potato soup and a bread bowl. I would love that. And just for context too, since we've never really vlogged this park before, we live 30 to 40 minutes away, depending on the traffic and how long it takes, but it's a quick drive, so we do come all the time, and we really like coming here. It's when we can't be at Disney, we like to at least be at some sort of theme park, amusement park. I just love the food. I do love coasters in general, so it's always fun to have this close. Back here they have the circus area. This is where American Eagle's entrance is to, and then it has one of the longest queues ever to walk through to actually get to the ride. But yeah, it's the kind of circus area back here. They used to have a bunch of Wiggle stuff. And then the haunted house back here is circus themed as well. And this is where Sky Striker is too, the new ride, the new flat ride. Oh, but right now it is not the American Eagle, it is Black Widow. And so they do that for some of the rides. They change the names to spooky things for Halloween. And there's a Johnny Rockets back here, way on this back side of the park by the Eagle and Goliath, which this wraps around to the Yukon territory area, which has one of the best restaurants in this park, the Yukon BBQ. But there's also a Johnny Rockets in the front in the New Orleans section, which is not a great section. Goliath was a great addition to this park. It was actually one of the first RMCs, and it's short, but it packs a punch. I really do enjoy it, so I'm going to be riding that later. Oh yeah, Jamie was pointing this out. Look at this carriage, pumpkin carriage. That's really cool.
Disney Six Flags
crossover. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Disney would never, though. Too spooky. And then into the Yukon territory we go, and that's where they have the barbecue. And the Oktoberfest is also here. They're next to each other, so this is a great area. I'm starting to hear some of the sounds of Oktoberfest, and you can kind of see a look at the menu here. They have a pretzel with beer cheese, a pretzel with, I've had both of those, the sweet one too, apple strudel, cake. They do also have, it must be on the other side, like brats and stuff, but a lot of good food. Oh, and they've got rock music, and how great. It's a Cosmic Rewind song. You can see a look at some of the beers. So they have new foods this year. They have meatballs, pork slider on a bun, beer cheese spatzel, and you can kind of see what they look like there. So, I don't know, I'm hoping they still have the broth though. That's what I like to get, and the apple strudel. So we do both have seasoned drink cups too, and then I also just did get one of the samplers, so it's the 6-item sampler, and it comes with the mug and a beer. So I got an Angry Orchard, and I think I'm gonna go get a brat for now, and then probably later tonight I'll get a strudel or something. And I think I'm gonna grab a bratwurst. I always do that every year, but eventually, since I have the sampler, I do want to try some of the new items. The schnitzel and the sausage were here before, and I think the pierogies. The other stuff like the meatballs and the spatzel or whatever, those all sound new, so I'm excited to try everything. So the brat would normally come with sauerkraut and mustard, but I got it with only ketchup to go with my Angry Orchard. It should be good. So we finished most of the brat. I'm still drinking my beer. The brat was very good, but I'm pretty full off just that brat. The pretzel bun is very thick. And then I think our plan is to walk over to back by the Southwest Territory and maybe ride Rico Sleigh, which is the Halloween name for Ricochet. And then maybe head over by like Whizzer or something. I don't know, we're just taking it real easy tonight too. Just enjoying Oktoberfest and stuff. And then later I'm probably gonna circle back for over here the Yukon BBQ and then come back to Oktoberfest to get apple strudel. So now we're heading back into the county fair area, past Goliath again, and then circling around the back of the park to Southwest Territory again and stuff. And over by X-Flight too. I don't think I showed it when we passed through, but that's where like the big main food court kind of area is. But the better restaurants are scattered out and about, and you have to know about them. Windy City Grill and Yukon BBQ are the best two in this park. Strutter's is up there too. And a better look at the construction area for Rakshasa. And you can see like Batman in the back there. Batman actually just got freshly repainted recently, so it looks really nice. See Max Force there, Demon, Bull way in the back. This part of Demon is so low that I can just like reach up and touch it. It's pretty cool to see though, but Demon is not running right now. It is a good coaster, it's still good. And there is Rico Sleigh. We're back in the Southwest Territory. And it's just a really fun kind of like flat ride spinner, but it pushes you like in and out. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll try to get a video of it, but right over by the teacups, which also get a really cool layover for Halloween too. They turn off all the lights and play like crazy EDM music for the teacups. I think it's called like the Terror Twister during Halloween. It's fun. They've got some fun theming right outside of the Rico Sleigh too, just kind of right by the queue. And oh, it's about to go, so you'll be able to see it too, a little bit what the ride does. It's a fun one. So do you see they go like in and out a little bit? It's nothing too crazy. It's kind of just like a flat ride spinner, almost like an upgraded Dumbo. It's very fun though. When you're on it, it's actually a really good time. This was actually one of my mom's favorite flat rides. She really liked this and the boat, and then randomly just Raging Bull too. Like those were some of her favorite rides here. So I've kind of grown up loving the rides in the Southwest Territory too. The loops on Demon just look so tight, but it's a classic arrow looper. 2 loops, 2 corkscrews, but it's got some cool theming and elements to it. It's a classic. We're still waiting for Ricochet, but we got the train going by. Looks so cool. We have rode the train a couple times. It's pretty fun. It does really get going though. Look at that. Get some nice laterals there. It's always a fun ride. And so right here, over kind of between Raging Bull and Viper, is the new Windy City Sports Bar and Grill. It opened earlier this season, and it's one of the best restaurants here and one of the best bars. It's super good. This pathway being closed actually does make navigating quite a bit more difficult. Like Jamie wanted some nachos from over here in the food court area, but then we want to ride Whizzer too. And so to do so now we have to go all the way back around the back past Justice League and through Southwest territory. It's just kind of weird, and it does make it much more difficult to navigate. Like Strutters and Whizzer are literally right across this path, but we can't get there. And it is not quite Disney queso, but they do have really good, they have really good queso blanco and chips here that Jamie always gets when we come. And then, as I mentioned before, we do have the dining plan. So every time we come, we can get one meal, and it's really reasonably priced, especially like considering if you were to pay the cost of each individual meal, it would be absurd because it's like 20 bucks a meal here. So the dining plan is such good value, and it honestly really incentivizes us to come back more too, because then like the more you come, the more value you can get. So that's why I do just come a lot of Sundays too, to ride some coasters, get some food using my dining plan, and it's always a good time. But these are not, they're technically a snack if you wanted to use them on the dining plan for that, but we usually just pay for them out of pocket because it's like $7.99, and then we save our dining things for the higher priced items to get a little more value out of it. And Jamie also got this other drink called the Raging Bull from the Windy City Bar. We are not short on queso supply today. If only I had some like...
If they came with the top on it, then I could save it for like my chicken tenders.
Yeah, that's true. Or I was gonna say those would be really good with tenders, like a chicken tender dipped in queso. That would be amazing, or fries too, And then I think after we finish up here at this food court area, we are going to circle back around to buy Whizzer in Hometown Square. And then we think there might be like an event to kick off Fright Fest too, so we might try to catch that. And then things are gonna get a little spooky. But again, we're not doing the houses, we're just gonna enjoy some of the scare zones and other things too. And way off in the distance there, you can see American Eagle going down. One of the park's oldest coasters. I think it's still the oldest open coaster. And it is an Intamin wooden coaster actually, which is super interesting. Let's just watch X-Flight once while we sit here too. It is a really good layout, very compact, and they fit a lot into it. Definitely packs a punch, but I still preferred Wild Eagle for sure from the two wing coasters that I have been on. And coming up right after this, you circle around by Sky Striker, and then you've got the cool near miss moment coming up through the tower here. There we go. You can see the construction a little bit better here too from this open side, but that's where Wrath of Rakshasa is gonna be. I'm so excited for it. And I feel like we were circling around a lot, but we are back in the Southwest territory. We're gonna head back up by the front of the park. Actually, I really just don't want to carry this Oktoberfest mug everywhere, and it's like 5:30, so I think I'm gonna go drop it at the car, and then I think there might be like an opening ceremony or something for Fright Fest tonight, probably in Hometown Square at like 6, so we're gonna catch that, and then maybe ride Whizzer after that. But lines are actually pretty long tonight. It's pretty crowded, so I mean, if we don't get on much or ride much, that's totally fine. We're kind of just here for the ambiance, food, drinks, vibes, That's what we do usually when we come here. It's kind of nice having a home park to just come to and not feel like we need to get everything done or rush around or anything. We just kind of take our time and enjoy it. And such good value with the season passes and the dining plans. Like, we come so many times. I've probably been here at least probably like 12 or 13 times this season. Have been on all the coasters, and I mean the season pass prices and dining plans are very reasonable, especially if you do come often enough and utilize the meal every time. And the food is pretty good. They do have good dining options here now too. Like I mentioned, the Windy City Grill straight up ahead, and Yukon BBQ, which I think Yukon BBQ is what I'm gonna get later for my like dinner kind of food. So I'll show that when we get it too. Okay, but so this place, it is called Six Below Ice Cream. You can see right here, they have these waffle boats, and these are actually a standout. I got that strawberry crunch one night, so good. They also have crepes here and giant sundaes, but definitely recommend Six Below if you're ever here for a snack. I usually like funnel cakes, and they have good funnel cake sundaes here, but one night the funnel cake line was way too long, and then also there's this cheesecake on a stick place that I was gonna get, and it was closed early, so I headed over to Six Below and tried one of the waffle boats for the first time, and it was fantastic. So definitely recommend as a dessert option. There goes Max Force. I don't know if you heard the boom of the launch in the background, but that's another thing to know about this park. The hydraulic launch sound of Max Force is so loud, and you can hear it from like everywhere. Very fun coaster though. I actually just rode that one last week Sunday, like almost a week ago, because I had not been on it yet this season, again because terrible lines and capacity for that coaster, but I rode it last week just to make sure I got on it this season, and it's great. I just wish it was a little longer. Okay, so when Wrath of Rakshasa does come to, it's actually gonna go like across and over the midway from where that construction plot is to over by the Lobster, and the drop is actually going to come down by Demon and the Lobster, so it's going to span this whole area here and take up the skyline. Really, I'm really excited for diving down the drop of Wrath of Rakshasa and seeing the Lobster. You're going to be right by the Lobster, and again, don't snooze on that flat ride, it's a great one. And you will still find some scattered Looney Tunes theming and characters around the park here, and those are the characters that they do have out in Hometown Square, sometimes doing meet and greets. Like we have met Sylvester, Tweety, Bugs Bunny, quite a few from the crew, and it's always really fun. So we were on the way to the car, and actually the uprising, oh, it starts at 5:45, yeah, so it's 5:42. We're just gonna stay and watch this right now. This is the uprising. It's kind of like the opening of Fright Fest for the night. So you can see Hometown Square is pretty packed. So they just did the announcement too that once they start this uprising, the park becomes spooky and it's gonna be scary, so just beware. And it's about to start.
I am Nox, the demon overlord, and I'm here to once again claim this place for me and my army of so many new souls.
Oh, here come all the creatures. Oh man, I missed it, but the creatures just like murdered someone up there.
Destroyed.
They were smacking someone on the roof and some blood got out. Now I think they're staking their claim. The uprising is coming. Oh, and Whizzer is actually Biohazard right now. I like that one. It's a fun rename. And the show is still going on. We're trying to make our way to the front. I don't know how possible it's going to be. But then we could probably catch the parade kind of alongside of us. We're just kind of over on this side now, but I think they are unleashing into the park now and spreading out everywhere. Here come the spooky creatures, and there's Jamie. And here's like one of the parade floats actually. So I'm hoping as I walk to the front, I'll kind of catch them like going on one of these floats. That would be cool. Oh yeah, wait, here they all come, look. This is cool. They've actually got like flames lit in the front here now too, and it's really starting to look a little spookier as the sun goes down. Yeah, I'm just quick gonna go throw this Oktoberfest mug in the car. I should not have gone to the car. Look how long the line to get back in is. This is wild. Jeez. Okay, I'm almost back in, but it did take like 15 or 20 minutes. It is so slammed, and they are checking IDs because they're doing a chaperone policy for guests under 15 this year. So that's what's taking a little bit longer, but I'm almost in now. Oh wait, the pumpkin guy is doing his show.
Go back from whence you came, or face my wrath.
There were like little water fountains shooting up too.
So, you choose to leave.
This guy's actually pretty cool. Look at this.
We have a bountiful harvest ahead of us. Go forth, spread yourselves amongst the park.
Ooh, a skeleton just popped up out of the water. Ooh, look.
Dare to enter this cursed place.
It's got a lot of the smell of like fog machines and like propane too. Like the smell of tiki torches outside. Like those burning things. This guy's cool.
They can hear your heart race. We have taken control of the rides.
I should also mention too that at our park, Six Flags Great America, the Fright Fest is included with general admission. Like, it's not an extra paid ticket event. The season pass does count for it. I know it's different at some Six Flags, like Great Adventure in particular. I know theirs is a whole separate thing, so like your pass does not count unless you have a certain or like the top tier pass, I think. But here it's just included in any of the passes. But the haunted houses and the haunted attraction passes are what are not, and you have to pay additional for those. So we usually do that at least one night each of the year so we can get into all the houses, but we don't do it every time we come. Jamie got one more drink, and this one is the Goliath this time, and it's cool that they have drinks named to the coasters, and now some of the spooky people are out, so we're gonna go explore. Then I think we might ride Whizzer, and then I have Goliath, like a flash pass later at 8 o'clock. So I think we're gonna ride Biohazard, also known as the Whizzer usually. This one is like an Ace landmark coaster. It's really cool. It's a classic Schwarzkopf. It's got a like circular spiral lift hill. It's really unique and fun. And this one is a long line. It says it's gonna be about 45 minutes, and it might be a true 45. It's 6:30 right now, so we'll see. And then after this, I think we're gonna head back over to the Yukon area to go to the barbecue, maybe get an apple strudel from Oktoberfest, and then I have my Goliath pass, and then Jamie and I might do a couple other rides together. But Whizzer is one of the ones that Jamie here will ride, one of the roller coasters. She'll ride this one, the Sprocket Rockets, which is a kiddie coaster, Little Dipper, which we've actually never done together, but she's willing to go on it, and then also the Dark Knight coaster. We like that. Yeah, the swings, the boat. She does a lot of the flat rides, but yeah, as far as the coasters go, the bigger ones, mainly Whizzer and Dark Knight. She doesn't really do any of the other major ones here. This line has been killer. It is already 7:10. We've waited 40 minutes and we're still not near the front or the stairs, so it's probably gonna be like an hour or so, but that's okay. We really did want to ride Whizzer. And at least for our long wait here, we do have some cool queue theming for Biohazard, aka Whizzer. They got some cool decoration on this side here too, and the lights are red, and you can see the really cool spiral lift hill of the Whizzer, or Biohazard right now. Yeah, it's just so cool, the spiral lift. They were actually gonna remove Whizzer way back in the day when they were building Superman, and then there was a ton of backlash, and they ended up removing Shockwave instead, which is still kind of controversial to this day, but Shockwave was not going to be able to be maintained. It was a little rough, a little crazy, and I'm so glad we still have Whizzer. And I also dislike Superman. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I don't ride Superman really. Like, I will go on it, but it's never a coaster I personally ride when I'm here. I would not be mad if Superman went. I think we could use something better here. Whizzer was great as usual, but we waited a true over an hour for that. And I mean, Whizzer is not hour wait great. It's like 30 minutes wait. That's what I'd usually do for it. And now that it's dark out, all the lighting looks so cool. The Columbia Carousel looks beautiful. You've got a lot of the other props and then some purple lights and
a purple tree.
Yeah, it's just really, really cool right now. Like, the ambiance is fun. I actually do really like what they did for the entrance of the New Orleans place though. These fire effects and everything looks really cool. And we're coming up to like a scare zone, so we're gonna start to see some people. Ooh, and the Condor looks really cool. Oh, and they have these blood bag cocktails. I wanted to get one last year and I never got one. So those would be fun to try too. But yeah, the Condor looks really cool. I think they call it the Birds for Fright Fest. And we just ran into someone, he's like one of the admins of the Six Flags Great America Junkies group, which is like the local Facebook group for people who come up to the park all the time and stuff here. So I am in that group too, and I recognized him and he's super nice. And so up there, we kind of were passing through the New Orleans area where those scare actors were. And I mean, Superman is up there and Condor, which are both decent rides, but this is kind of why I was saying New Orleans. This area just sucks. It basically has this Big Easy Balloons ride. Superman is one of my least favorite coasters. It's very dead. They removed this. It used to have like a flipper spinner ride, and then it had a Larson loop here for a while, and they took that out. And then the Rapids ride over here is shut down too. It's just not very poppin' over in this area, and it could really use something. It's kind of dead here. It's probably my least favorite area of the park. I feel like it has so much potential, and back in the day I used to like this area. They had a spinning coaster called Ragin' Cajun and a couple other fun things too, but they are long gone. And here's the ride graveyard. Oh, the Orbit, Z-Force, Turn of the Century, Iron Wolf. I liked Iron Wolf. It still exists. It was remade into a floorless coaster, not a stand-up, and it switched parks, but Iron Wolf is still, the actual like coaster model itself is still running. I was one of the few that liked Deja Vu. I kind of miss Yankee Clipper, Rolling Thunder, oh, the East River Crawler, the Mausoleum of Terror. Oh, I see the one for Ragin' Cajun over there. I love when they have these attraction graveyards. Tidal Wave, Buccaneer Battle, that's okay. I'm fine with that. Getting replaced with Wrath of Rakshasa. The scare actors never really seem to come for me or try to scare me as much as I want them to, or I wish they would. I just must not look very like scareable. I don't know. Spooky, spooky. And here's the DC Universe part of the park. I know, me either, ever. We haven't been over here yet in this video, but I usually always walk through here. If I'm coming from the front of the park straight to the barbecue, it's the quickest way. But you got the Flash here. It's like an intimate impulse coaster. You got one of the SNS free spins, the Joker, and then the OG, the original Batman the Ride B&M inverted coaster. This was the first, which many clones followed of. Heading into Yukon territory from the other side. That loud bang kind of got me a little scared right there. The noises, those loud noises, they'll catch you by surprise. Oh, and there's Little Dipper. It came from Kittyland. That one is a classic, really historic coaster too. Oh, and right by the barbecue is always where the chainsaw people are, right across from the go-karts. So we're about to come up. I hear the chainsaw noises a little bit. I have to smell the gas. Hopefully we don't get too scared. Jeez Louise. He was really running with that chainsaw. Hopefully Jamie's okay. Oh no. Don't get caught. Hello dear. I'm really hoping the barbecue's still open. It's almost 8 and I was hoping it's open till 8. The door is open. I really hope I can get that barbecue. Yukon BBQ is one of the best restaurants here, if not the best. And there it is. They have such good barbecue food, and this is on the meal plan. You can get it with your dining pass. They have a lot of good options. It's great value, great food, and one of my favorite options here for sure. It's really nice inside too. So they have like pretty much every type of barbecue meat sandwiches, the meat platters. The sides are all really good too. And then it's right next to Oktoberfest out there. where we were earlier. So if Oktoberfest is still going too, I want to use another one of my punches to get maybe an apple strudel for dessert. It's like a nice barbecue line restaurant, and it's so good actually. Everything here is really fresh and delicious. So I don't know why the receipts always show $6.16, but it was most definitely free. Well, I mean on the dining plan, not free because I paid for the dining plan, but I didn't pay any additional right now. And check out that meal. The pulled pork is so good, the mac and cheese is good, the corn muffin is actually really good, and then they have all the different sauces to try. I usually go for the honey barbecue, but just a lot of food, really good. Okay, it is once again on point.
The mac and cheese is so amazing. And it's so creamy and cheesy. It's so good.
Yeah, everything is on point again. And look at this. This is literally the most meat they've ever put on a sandwich here for me. There's like a ½ pound of pulled pork on this. It is absurd. I cannot eat that. It is the thickest pork sandwich ever. And it is so condensed and just massive. Like, how am I supposed to eat that? So Oktoberfest is still going. It's always such good vibes. They got another band on too now. I love this song. So I am at the dessert part of Oktoberfest. You can see the options, and I think I'm gonna try the strudel. That's always my favorite one, so I'm gonna get it. So here are the strudel sticks. They are warm and fresh, and then they drizzle them with a sauce and then also like cinnamon sugar. And it's just so nice here at Oktoberfest. It's good vibes here tonight. We're having a lot of fun. Goliath does look cool at night too. Now it's kind of funny, we've got like the Oktoberfest mixing together with spooky. It's funny if you can hear the music still from right there. But ooh, here we go, into the shadows. And then Goliath is right through here, like right by the barbecue pit and Oktoberfest. So I'm gonna go hop on with my fast lane. And so now my flash pass, just the one shot that I got earlier with the season pass benefit for Goliath is ready. So I'm gonna head over here to the flash pass line, which also used to be a single rider line. They took away all the single rider lines at this park, like from the Six Flags parks, which is bogus because I come here a lot as a single rider. And the line for Goliath is so long right now, so I am bypassing quite a bit. Goliath has a very steep lift hill and a steep drop. Like the first drop, the initial drop is almost 90 degrees, but I don't know if I've ever done a night ride on this coaster. I usually just hit it in the mornings when I get here before the lines get long. I've probably done like afternoon and night rides with these one shots, but never like a dark night ride, so this will be cool. Goliath was fantastic as usual. There was actually a little line for the fast lane, so I waited like 10 minutes, but now we're gonna go, I think Jamie wants chicken tenders and then maybe another drink or something. And then we might just walk around a little bit, maybe ride the teacups or something else, and then get heading out soon. It's not even 9 o'clock, but I guess the chainsaw people have given up. I don't know. It would be fun to do some of the houses again this year. We definitely will, probably one of the Fright Fest nights coming up, but we just can't. We can't do them every time. I don't know how much the season attraction Haunted Pass even is, but for like a single day for the houses, it's like $50, or it was last year, so I'll have to check the price again and see, but you can see Batman there. It looks cool with the lights too, and that fresh coat of paint. The OG Batman the Ride. Let's watch this first loop. Still slams to this day. I rode that one probably maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago last, before I got the paint job, and it was still amazing. They do have the supervillain swings back here that we like, and then yeah, Jamie got another drink, and this one is a special Fright Fest drink we were getting in the Spirit, and it comes in a skull cup. I think this one was called the Poison Apple, but she got it. Yeah, she got it in the skull cup. They still got good music going on at Oktoberfest too, and it's like 9 o'clock, and right across from Oktoberfest too is Mon Paws. You can see Goliath behind it, and they have a lot of like fries, chili cheese dogs, and then also tenders here. There are a few places at the park where you can get the run-of-your-mill tenders, so we usually just locate whichever is the closest. Whenever Jamie is looking for tenders, she usually either gets like tenders or the burgers from Windy City. Those are like the two things that Jamie really eats in the park. I quick filled our drinks inside Yukon BBQ, and we are saying goodbye to Oktoberfest for the night. We might be back like next weekend though, or the weekend after. We had a great time, and I think we're just going to take Jamie's tenders that she got now and get heading towards the front of the park. We might ride either Little Dipper or the swings, but yeah, that's pretty much our night. So like when we come here, we usually do just take it easy, do a couple rides, get some food and drinks, and just really enjoy our time. So I don't know, let us know if that's something you'd like to see more of on the channel or you're interested in, because it's not like when we go to Disney and we're doing so many different experiences and things and really just trying to do everything and see new stuff. This is kind of just like our fun place to come. It's close for something to do on the weekends or, you know, summer nights when we want to come out and have those amusement theme park vibes. And especially with Fright Fest right now, it's really fun. So let us know if that's something you'd like to see more of on the channel and this kind of style vlog. Like, we usually don't do a lot of rides and stuff when we come, but we have fun. Oh, and how perfect, they're playing Shaboom right in the line for the Little Dipper, right underneath Batman. And you can see here some of the history of the Little Dipper. Is from Kittyland, and today it would be like $1 million coaster. It was $20,000 back in the day, and it was moved over to Great America to preserve it. So here it is, the Little Dipper. It's a really fun, cute little wooden coaster. I've been on it way back in the day, but not for like 10 years. And every time we come here, we get in line, and then the line is longer than we want to wait. So it's reasonable today. It's probably still going to take like 10 or 15 minutes, but it was this or the swings, and Jamie's never been on the Little Dipper either, and we do the swings all the time, so we're gonna do this one today. The lighting on Little Dipper looks really cool, and then just check out Sky Striker in the back there. The lighting on Sky Striker really is quite striking. The new paint on Batman does look pretty nice, but they just redid it with like the really dark colors and the yellow. Way back in the day, Batman, the track and everything used to be like a dark blue, like a really dark, it almost looked black. Maybe some parts were black, but I think I preferred the darker color scheme overall. I mean, the yellow is cool, but I would like if they kept changing it up every once in a while.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, the Little Dipper was actually great, and we ended up getting the front row. We had the front row on the Little Dipper. Yeah, and at the end, Jamie said that was it. Yeah, it's a very short coaster. It is not intense, especially in the front row. We had like the most tame ride ever, but it's really fun. It's just a cute little classic wooden coaster with an awesome history. So there is Little Dipper. And now we're gonna head back through DC Universe and then through the New Orleans section and wrap around to the front of the park so we can get heading out and kind of beat out the crowds. The park is open till 10 tonight, and it's like 9:25 right now, so we'll be heading out at like 9:30. I will admit too that the Joker, the S&S free spin here, is one of the only other coasters, I think the only coaster here that I have not ridden. I've ridden everything else for sure, and multiple times on everything else, but I've tried to ride this one twice, and every time they tell me I'm too tall. So I don't know if I need to wear like shorter shoes or something. I'm like just over the height limit. Like really, I think if I wore like flip-flops or took off my shoes, I would fit. Or it might just depend on the op for the day. I'm basically at the limit. It's 78 inches. I'm 6'5". So with shoes, I'm like maybe 6'6", but I don't really think I exceed it. And I've never been able to get on it. So hopefully someday soon, but I always just never really like try because I don't want to like go into the queue and get turned away and then, or potentially like wait and get let on and then get up to the front and waste my time to not even be able to ride. Up here in the New Orleans area, this is where they have the Stranger Things house, and that one actually still has a really long line. So both rides and houses seem to have very long lines tonight and are completely kind of stacked. So it's definitely a busy night here at Fright Fest. I mean, the weather is perfect too. If I didn't mention that earlier, it was like 85 and sunny, and now it's still like 78 or 80 degrees and perfect out. There's Jamie's shadow with her skull cup. We're almost back to like the front of the New Orleans section by Superman, and that's also where the Dark Knight coaster is too, which is another one that Jamie and I typically do almost every time we come here because she likes that coaster too. And it's almost like, it's kind of like a Wild Mouse indoors in a box with some kind of cool theming. It used to have a really cool pre-show back in the day, but they don't really keep up with it anymore. But Jamie enjoys that ride, and it's a coaster we can do together. Jamie is shrouded in the fog. Look at her emerge. I'm so glad that was on camera. If you heard that noise, I almost just...
In the video.
I fell into a garbage can. That was funny. I was getting Jamie emerging from the fog. Oh, and look over here. Fright Fest.
The giant, I've never seen
Yeah,
that before.
that's on the building for Dark Knight. That's the show building for the coaster in there. Yeah, I was talking about that. Oh, they've still got a bunch of good scare actors up here in the New Orleans section. Oh, we got the chainsaws up here now, too. Look at him go. And right over here to the right, too. These are the bumper cars. They're normally called Roulade. I think they usually give them a fun, spooky name, like the Morgue or something, but I don't see it right now. I'm kind of surprised. I like when they have it for Halloween. It's definitely a fun time here at Fright Fest. But it looks like a lot of the other scare zones, they didn't have scare actors anymore, and they've just moved them all up into this front area. They have every type of scare actor up here right now. The clowns, the creepy people, the chainsaw people. He's got some sort of weapon. Oh, that's Knox. It's Knox. He's the leader, the ruler. Oh. Wow. Hi, Knox. We have spotted some creepy giant clown guy. We had to check him out before we left. Oh, with the fire in the back. Check that shot out of the clown man. Look at him. He's kind of terrifying. Does he have a face?
I don't know.
No. I'm going to call him No Face. Ooh, No Face and his partner.
What are you looking at?
Are they a duo? He's like terrifying, scary Raggedy Ann with no face. What is going on here? Ooh, and the Pumpkin King guy is doing his show again. I think this happens every 15 minutes though, so it's pretty much always happening, but it's really cool. I don't want to face his wrath.
I shall conjure my most unholy abominations and unleash them.
Oh, I think this is when the skeletons come out of the water. I saw this before.
Awake, spirits of the dead, from their eternal sleep. May children scream, whimper, and weep.
Yeah, I think I see the skeletons. They're about to come out.
From graves and tombs, break through the spiritual wall. Come forth and consume them all. Rise, rise from your graves. We have a bountiful harvest ahead of us. Go forth, spread yourselves amongst the cock.
They do put on a pretty good show here. Like, I mean, all the cinematography and showmanship and everything is great. Oh yeah, there are the skeletons. They just came out. It is really fun. The houses should be a little better. I wish they could just really amp up this event and make it like Halloween Horror Nights level. I don't know. I mean, they really do put a lot into it, and it's super fun, but it just falls like a little short of actually being scary and like a full-fledged Fright experience. But I love all the rides and coasters along with it too. I mean, it's fun having the blend. And with that, we're out of the gates, and we always like to, I mean, if you don't leave on time here and wait till the ending, or if there's like an event or something, the parking lot traffic can get so bad. We're even getting out a little bit later than I'd like to at like 9:40 right now. I'm hoping the parking lot traffic or trying to get out will not be nuts, but you can see already a lot of people are leaving. So yeah, I'm hoping we don't get stuck. There have been nights where we have made the mistake of staying through fireworks or not leaving super quickly, and it bites us, and we have been stuck in the parking lot traffic jam for like over an hour just to get out of the parking lot here. So we quickly learned after that happening like once not to make that mistake. So as much as sometimes we want to watch fireworks and stuff, you got to either leave before them or wait till a while after. Otherwise you're just going to be sitting in a car gridlock in the parking lot. So it is now the next day, and we're back. We got back last night by like 10:15. The drive back was super nice and smooth, but my phone actually died as we were leaving the park, like right as we were walking out, and I was recording the videos on my phone, and I did not have a charger or anything. So I wasn't able to kind of close out the video, and then just kind of forgot once we got back and my phone finally turned on and everything. But we had a great time. It was really fun at Fright Fest. We didn't get caught in the traffic too bad when we left, so I think we left at the perfect time. And we love going to the park. We go all the time. There's still, you know, over a month left in the season, so we will definitely be back. And if there's more you want to see there, let us know in the comments. If you like seeing vlogs of Six Flags Great America, let us know too, because we can definitely make more. Like, we do go all the time. We never vlog it, so this vlog might be a little chaotic too, because we don't really have a plan when we go. Like, we really just go to kind of relax and have a good time and a good night. We never know what we're gonna get up to. We kind of just do whatever we're feeling like. Sometimes we go and just walk around and ride the train or see a show, and we don't even really do any rides. We'll just go and do maybe one ride or two and use our dining plan to get a meal, because we like going for park food and just having something to do. So I just have so many great memories of Great America. Growing up, like I said kind of at the beginning of the video, we would go every year. Pretty much all my first coasters that I rode were at Great America, and kind of what made me into a coaster enthusiast. I was actually terrified of coasters for a little bit when I was younger, until I was like 5 or 6, which I know that's still a pretty young age, but I was always pretty tall as a kid too, so I quickly surpassed the height requirements. And I remember I would go on Sprocket Rockets, which is the kiddie coaster there, but I was so scared of the others. And then my older siblings, they had me go on Raging Bull, and that was like my first big coaster, and it was a hyper coaster, so that was really kind of like ripping off the band-aid into the big coaster world. And from there, like, I hit Demon, Whizzer, all of those as a kid too. Rode Superman when it opened. I still remember the opening of that. I still remember the opening of the Dark Knight coaster there too, the opening of Goliath. Raging Bull will always be my number one, just because it's a great coaster, and also having those nostalgic memories. There's a lot to love at Six Flags Great America. Like I said, we do know a lot about the park too, and we really never shared it here on the channel, so we could do like full videos of like where to find the best chicken tenders, where the best burgers are outside of like your usual standard Six Flags quick service stuff. We could do, you know, best tips to hit all the ride lines quickly to get on all the coasters in the day. What are some of the best flat rides? You know, where to get the best drinks. There are quite a few bars throughout too. Where to get some more of the unique eats. We do know all that stuff, and I go to the park a lot. Like, even sometimes too, I'll just go without Jamie when she's working and ride a few coasters, and I really do know the park pretty well, just from having gone there as a kid and growing up now and going pretty frequently. So if you have any questions about Six Flags Great America too, definitely let us know. Or if there's anything you'd like to see, like some of those videos I kind of mentioned that we could make, let us know down below in the comments. And we will definitely be back for Fright Fest, so if you want to see more vlogs of Six Flags Great America and Fright Fest in general, let us know in the comments down below too, because yeah, we kind of just wanted to try it out. I mean, we've been so many times and have just never vlogged it, because it's kind of like our home park, but figured some people might want to see it or might be interested in going to the park in the future. So we had a really good time. Hope you enjoyed getting to join us and seeing a little bit of Six Flags Great America for the night. And if you did enjoy the video, we would so appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel to catch more of our theme park adventures, travel destinations, and our usual Disney content. That's kind of our bread and butter. So as always, thanks for keeping up in Disney, but with Six Flags Great America this time, and we will see you real soon. Bye.